The clarity challenge has become one of the most formidable love life solutions today. Listen to this. It is possible to hit the future with precision in your relationships. What I mean is this. It is possible that from the outset, when you start negotiating a relationship and how you process and how you navigate relationships, you can tell from facts and figures how a relationship will turn out. I'm not talking about those projections that emanate from emotions, feelings, butterfly feelings, and ecstasy. That's not what I'm talking about. I say that because there is hardly any relationship people get into that they ever thought will end in a divorce, and yet statistics show that between 50 to 60% of the times, most relationships end in divorce. So I'm talking about a dimension of predictability where, because of how you are transacting in your relationships, you can tell the outcome. This is so profound for me. For me, one of the biggest benefits that I have enjoyed in my relationship work has come from precision. It has come from clarity. This is so profound. There are three things that are guaranteed with clarity. Number one, when there is clarity, you can act decisively. Number two, when there is clarity, you can trust the future. And number three, where there is clarity, you can move into a relationship with a certain level of predictability such that you can tell what outcomes ought to be, what outcomes will be, what outcomes should be. And there are three reasons why that is so for me. One of the reasons why that is made possible is because I understand me, number one. Number two is because I understand my assignment and my life purpose. And number three is because I understand what my needs are. This means that number one, I understand what my desires are. It means that number two, I understand what switches me on. And number three, I understand what switches me off. These are critical dynamics that you want to put in perspective. Because with these three factors in place, I am enabled to come to that place where three aspects of my life are very clear. Number one is that I understand where I am going. Now, understanding where I'm going is not enough. I also understand where I am at right now in terms of my journey to where I am going. I know where I am at right now. But number three is that I've also done a gap analysis that helps me to define what I need to get to where I'm going. It helps me define who, the person that I need that will be able to help me to get to where I am going. These are so profound. What that does is that from time to time, I'm going to fall in love with a lady, but as powerful as emotions are, there are other parameters based on other parameters predicated on where I am at, number one, predicated on where I am going, and predicated on my needs assessment of what I will require to be able to get to destination. Based on these parameters, in spite of how I feel, in spite of emotions, I am able to separate my feelings from my reason. This is so profound. You know why? Because you see, if I don't do that, both of us cannot get to destination without frustrating each one the other, unless we put those things in their proper perspectives. This is so profound. And so with clarity, in spite of feelings, for me, the focus, the question is more of number one, do I have the capacity to take this lady to our own destination? Because listen, it is profoundly important that the lady also is clear about where she's going. One of the reasons why I sometimes have reservations about people getting married too early, as fantastic as that is that oftentimes people get into marriage before they even know where they are going. And when people discover where they want to go while they are already married, just in case it happens that where they now discover they want to go is inconsistent with where you're going, then there is a crisis to be managed. So I like it when the lady is clear about where she's going. And so I want to determine, do I have the capacity to help her get to that destination? Number two, does she have the capacity to help me get to my own destination? The imbalance is that oftentimes we are more interested in, does she have the capacity to take me there? No, you must also answer the question of, do I have the capacity to take her there? This is so important. The next thing is, am I the right person for her? We are too focused on ensuring that this person is the right person for me. But excuse me, are you also the right person for this person? And number four, is she the right person for me? These are so profound. You know why? Because I don't want to end up as the biggest mistake of our life. I don't want to do that. This is what clarity does. And this is why clarity is so important. What does it do? What it does is that if she represents in my need assessment, in my gap analysis, if she represents what I do not need more than what I need, no matter the feelings, no matter the intoxication, if I genuinely love her, then what I want to do is that I want to let her go. I want to let her go because if I don't let her go, very soon, this love that we are crazy about, very soon, we're going to fall out of love. And as soon as we fall out of love, it makes a mess. All the time and all the resources that we've invested into that relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what the clarity challenge does. It is the kind of precision, it is the kind of clarity, it is the kind of decisiveness, the trust for the future that the clarity challenge injects into the life of participants. There is nobody who has participated in the clarity challenge who did not find out that they didn't quite as much know their partner like they thought they did. Number one, there was no one that didn't find out that they didn't know themselves like they thought that they did. The clarity challenge is profound. It is so profound that I can tell you, you must be a joker to go to the altar before you have been part of the life in the Love Life Institute, or you've been part of the life in the Clarity Challenge. You don't want to do that. You don't want to try that. I want to encourage you to check the links and get registered already. If you're engaged, you're in a courtship, you're dating, any kind of relationship, you want to do this. And if you're not yet engaged, it's the best for you. You want to do this before you say I do. I dare you to press the registration button, and you'll be glad you did. I'll see you again